Are new drivers just a huge con? These are my 3 years of drivers that I was fitted for and were the very best for me at the time. I expect my 2025 one to win, but will it?
Let's hit one, right? Now this is a narrow tee shot. Oh, a little bit off the bottom, guys. But that's not an unusual hit. This was my driver, which sounds weird, in 2023. TaylorMade QI10, a lot of explaining to do with this club. Wow, that looks so different. Pretty standard hit there. And this is my driver, oh, I've got that head cover very dirty, for 2025. The Callaway Elite. Middle of the range. It's a very surprising addition to the bag for me, I'm not gonna lie. Right, let's hit one away with this. Oh, they were all the same. A little bit up the right. But that's a good way to start this video. Little low heels. So we're gonna decide and actually do a test today on my last 3 drivers of which one performs the best. It's really interesting this. We've got a carbon face in the TaylorMade QI10. We've then got the GT from Titleist around 10 degrees, and these are titanium faces, and then the Callaway Elite. What's even more interesting is 9 degree, 10 degree, 10.5 degree. Let me show you all these looking down at the ball too. There is my QI10. And what I really liked about that was that sort of line on the top of the club, that sort of grey line. And to be fair, I think TaylorMade have kept that sort of look this year too. The GT and then the Callaway, which if we're looking at that, the Callaway looks a lot different to the GT and the TaylorMade, right? The TaylorMade and the GT have that sort of gloss finish where we've got very much a matte finish on the top of the Callaway. Now, some really interesting bits on the shaft, but let's get back into some hits. Let's go and start with, again, back to the start I should say, the Titleist. So I guess the point of this video is, right, that Callaway has to beat my TaylorMade and my Titleist. I went on a lengthy process, I put time into it, I went for a fitting, the numbers were amazing inside, and as you know, it's a blooming expensive club, so it has to beat it. The Callaway has to be the longest. Now, it is interesting this. I had the TaylorMade QI10, then I switched into the Titleist. Now my reasoning for switching to this, I got about 2 to 3 miles an hour more ball speed out of this club than I did the QI10. And if anybody sort of remembers the story around this, it was about 10k MOI, maximum forgiveness without losing ball speed. But I found that it didn't quite go as fast as this. So yeah, but then the other side of that coin is, wonder how that compares to the Callaway this year, as I said. Right, okay, ball number 2 with the Titleist. This is the 4th hole here, Antognolla. What a hole. Oh, what a hit. That was beautiful. Flat flight, that's gotta be good numbers there. 160 ball speed, 251 carry, 1.49 smash. Wow. Actually, on the golf course note, before I get very carried away at that shot, that felt really good, like really good. This golf course was voted best golf course in Italy 2020, 2022 and 2024. So if you ever come to Italy, this has to be played. What a golf shot that was, by the way. That drew all the work I'm putting in my swing, that drew. Right, my starting club of 2024. Let's hit our second ball away with this. Now remember, when I went into the Titleist, I was worried because I felt like I was losing that ball speed. And that's the reason I went. Even though it was accurate, I can't deny that, I just didn't find it had that pizzazz. You're like, that felt good. Didn't have it. Right, here we go, ball 2. And let me hit one away again and I'll just confirm that feel of the face. See the sound difference on that, by the way. It's a little bit off the heel. And that's what I found. Whether that's the shaft, whether that's how it looks down at the ball, that's what I think for me is why I found had less distance. Now, I'm always let me explain this, right? I was very dubious of a carbon face. Now, in the Stealth and the Stealth 2, it felt really soft, not something I enjoyed. But this one felt very, very good. But as soon as I had that feeling of titanium again, I was like, for me, that just feels more normal. Right, let's hit one with this year's model. I'm still nervous about this because I've had that fitting lengthy process. If it's not on top, I don't know what I'm gonna do. A lot of you did like the shaft and the color combination. If this is your first time seeing this, look at that. It's an auto flex shaft. I would love to tell you more about it, but it has Korean hidden technology. I think I've done quite well on matching the yellow and the yellow as well. Right, I'll give you some rundown of some averages after we've hit this one on the first 2 shots with every single driver. Oh, yes, please. The shaft feels so weird. It just shouldn't do that, but it does it. Right, let's go through some rundown of these numbers before we hit the final balls of each of them. And I think just judging on that, it is tight. That last shot with the Callaway 254 carry. On the golf course, that is good, you know. Maybe a little bit lower than having the fit in. Got to get used to it. And do you find that's something that you do, right? You've got to get used to how a club feels once you've had it fitted out on the golf course. Because it's that, for me, it's that trust factor. So 254 carry, 108 clubhead speed, 160.5 ball speed, 1.45 smash, a little spinny, 3,000, 290 total. Bah, yes, that is mega. Right, okay. All shots here carry TaylorMade. This is what I found, right? 222. Bear in mind, the first shots with all of them, I healed a lot. 222 with the TaylorMade, 232 with the Titleist, 242 with the Callaway. Whew, we're okay so far. Now, let's go ball speed. Ball speed, Callaway's way ahead, right? 158 over 155, 156. Well, interestingly, I didn't expect that. The TaylorMade actually had more ball speed than the Titleist. Remember, that was one of the reasons why I swapped out of it. Interesting. Interesting. Then clubhead speed, 107 versus, what? The TaylorMade had more clubhead speed? That surprised me again. 110 TaylorMade, 106.9 Titleist, and 107.9 Callaway. I just obviously find the middle. I get some more out of this from whether it's the tech, and that's the improvements. Let me know what you think on that. There's just some reasons why I get, well, as you've seen the data so far, more out of this. Right, we're gonna stick with this club. We're gonna hit one more with the Callaway to get 3 with this, then one more with each of them, and then we can round off this data. Now, so far, this has really got me thinking, quite interesting. Like, TaylorMade had more ball speed and clubhead speed than I expected. Callaway's obviously longer. Did I change too quick from the TaylorMade? Wow, hello. I can't say anything else. What a drive. Slightly a bit more spin than I expected. Maybe a bit heely, a little bit lower ball speed, but that was pretty damn straight. This has got me really thinking. That's bringing all these drivers back into contention there with that hit, even though it felt mega. Whew. Just to give you a bit of a lowdown there, I felt that was really good. The spins destroyed me there. 3.6 spin. 3.6. It's got to be around 2.5 for me, and that's where I was in the fitting. Granted, it was a little bit out the heel, and anytime you do get out the heel, you do tend to get more spin than the middle, and obviously out the toe, that's where you really start to get a lower spin shot, and sometimes too low. Okay, so 241 carry, 106 clubhead speed, 158.7 ball speed. That's not to be sniffed at, and a 276 total. Not to be sniffed at. Right, Titleist. I was very impressed with this club when I first got fitted for it, and you know what, it is still an impressive club. I taught on the channel actually, Simon, he came down and he had a GT2, and he was like, I never had Titleist before, but when the GT range came out, I was like, wow, this got me thinking, because like, correct me if I'm wrong here, this is the preemption that I think a lot of people had with Titleist, a player's club, whereas this still looks like a player's club in terms of the minimalistic look, but the tech actually allowed them to change that. And that's probably one of the reasons why, if I'm honest, I went for it. In the past, I hadn't gone with Titleist. This came out, a bit more of an all-rounder rather than just a proper player's club. And there also, to be fair, seem to be quite a few YouTubers switching to Titleist, which is very strange for Titleist. They've been very much PGA Pro and your top touring pro, not a YouTuber. It's very modern for Titleist, which in the past, they haven't had that sort of persona. Right, here we go. Titleist, Final shot away. Definitely more domey in terms of look. That was smoked. Middle of the middle. I'm going to give you a club tour, guys, like Tiger. This fairway, so deceiving. So deceiving. Feels like you should hit it past that bunker on the right, but I noted that and it's got nowhere near it. Oh dear, that's changed a lot, the numbers. I'm not even going to have a look at the averages because I don't want it to change what I do on the last shot. But that Titleist shot, 254 carry, I said there was a spin need to be, around the 2.5, 2.6, bang on. 109.8 club head speed, 158.9 ball speed, 286 total. Part of me, I'm dying to go and have a look what that's done to the averages, but I'm not. I'm going to hit one more. I feel nervous for the Callaway. Why am I even nervous? But I feel nervous for it. All that time, all that effort. And it could have been done with a club I already had in the bag. I genuinely don't know how this is going to form. And this is what I do on this channel. We test clubs, we leave bad shots in there because we're real golfers. We do hit bad shots. Yes, we're improving, we're going to hit less, but we do hit bad shots. Right, final shot, TaylorMade, let's do it. Just don't know about this club, I just don't know about it. I really don't know, that's so short. Wow, it's disappointing, it really is disappointing. 3, 2, 1. Whoa, my God. Let's go club head speed. This is the first data, it's the first time I've seen it. TaylorMade's won it by a mile. By literally 3 miles an hour from the Callaway driver I'm gaming this year. That's mad, because to tell you what I feel with those shafts, the TaylorMade feels very firm throughout. The Titleist feels firm at the tip and firm at the handle, but quite soft in the middle. And the Callaway, the Autoflex, feels soft throughout. Let me just quickly grab them so I can show you. And there's some funky ones here too. So I'll show you this one briefly. Autoflex, this is in the Callaway by Diamana designed, Korean hidden technology. Hazardous in the Titleist. And wait till you see this one. But none of you heard of this before. And actually I've got some cool ones coming on the channel, even more cool. We thought these were cool. A Proximo. Ooh. Again, made in Korea. Anybody use these, by the way? I've never ever seen anybody use them. Never. But that really surprised me in the club head speed. Really surprised me. Maybe with a different head, that might be a good shaft. So, let's now go into the ball speed. I'm leaving carry till last. I want to build that suspense for myself. Okay, ball speed, Callaway has it. Whew! 158 on average over a 156 and a 156. So Titleist and TaylorMade were the same, which, being honest, I'm very surprised at. Here we go, final one. Let's go carry. God, it's staying in the bag, the Callaway. You're safe, my friend, you're safe. 241 for the Callaway, 239 for the Titleist, it's close, and 221, oh God blimey, for the QI10. I didn't hit any of those shots good, very, very heely, and I didn't realise when I had my shaft fitting, actually, like, the shaft has a lot to do with how the club is delivered and then therefore where you're finding it on the face. Very interesting that was. So there we go. The Callaway driver is safe for this year so far. Thank the Lord, it's in the bag. That's my test of my last 3 drivers I have gamed. I found that super interesting. I hope you did too. Thanks for watching.